Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. We're going to talk about the SSR Yuki and why the F in hell would he do that? Well, as I've been progressing up the tower with our new event, there was a way more options in, of course, the original version in Japan at the time the tower came out, as well as other events. So now we've got a little bit less character wise to mess with, so you gotta find ways to work around stuff. And this Yuki turned out to be pretty good on tower if you've watched any of my videos, as well as on our newest event, which we're going to talk about in some team builds. But what does this character do? Well, of course it's green, so that's why it helps with the current event. But again, the command skill's pretty straightforward here. The light wall deals ranged attack damage to a target enemy equal to 77.8% of curse technique and applies 16.6% damage dealt decrease to them for a total of 1 time per turn. Fine, but not the one I'm really concerned about. Then you've got the demon repelling wall. Applies a 25.2% curse technique damage taken decrease to all allies for 3 turns, which is cool, especially if your enemy is based on curse technique. Then we've got the defensive wall. Applies attack nullification to target ally/allies for a total of 2 times in 3 turns and 17.5% curse technique increase to them for 3 turns. And again, this is going to be all based on your level. This is on level 3. I haven't gone bonkers with this character, and he's been still doing enough to get me to live. And the ultimate deals ranged attack damage to a target enemy equal to 354.3% of cursed technique and has a 97.7% chance to apply stun to them for 1 turn. You gotta like that stun, especially on tower. And the cooperative ultimate effect applies a 20% damage dealt increase to self and the cooperator of cooperator ultimate for 2 turns, deals range attack damage to target enemies equal to 89.6%. But yeah, it's got a nice kit, this Yuki, and it does help when you have enemies that are based in curse technique. So I've used them. The video should be out there. I know I used them, I believe it was on floor 42. I can't remember if I did on 41. But again, we have this new event right now, the Imaginary Realm. So how do I use him in that? Now, this has been the main formation I've been using in this. And some people, especially free-to-plays, are definitely not going to have all these characters. You probably have the Yuki, though. The big thing is, do you have, of course, the Yuji, who does stupid damage, being a green, and of course our hollow purple Gojo. Now you don't need both of them, okay? If you have the hollow purple Gojo, it's okay. Definitely he's the most important piece. If you don't have the Yuji, you can fill it in. You can even move, you know, Momo in there if you've got her. And the other one that becomes really helpful in the 2 highest levels on here, of course, is the Megami. Now, for instance, if I didn't have the Yuji, then I'd probably be looking for our mainstay buffers to put in instead. Of course, being Yaga, the SR, or Nanami, the SR version. And hopefully, even if you're free to play, you've been building these characters because they are very important. Now, your choices of recollections are, the higher you go up, probably more limited. I really do think that using, of course, an excellent shape, if you have it, as well as the remainder ones that you see on here, such as non-standard, mutual trust, a wish from the past, Death by Wasp. All are incredibly effective, but there are some others though that you could intertwine in there without a doubt simply. For instance, if you don't have non-standard, hopefully by now you've been able to get Pride, a great replacement for that easily. You could also slot in with any of the others if you feel like you need to build up your ultimate gauge quicker. Would be, of course, Unity from top to bottom. That one would be an easy switch out in here for anybody building these teams. But again, it's difficult. I'll admit it. I mean, even doing Extreme 2 was kind of an absolute pain. But the key is get as far as you can. Hopefully you have the characters that you can get there. And okay, so let's say you can't get a perfect Extreme 2. Well, at least, you know, wherever you can get the highest, keep farming it so you can get those rewards, because they are important. There's a lot of rewards to be had from this, and a lot of it is cumulative. Geez, I can't talk today. And make sure you're going after those, as well as, of course, you're wanting to build up your medals because you want to clear the shop out. And, you know, my focus, of course, right out of the gate, they are done already. And now what I have left is to get the tickets and, of course, the impure Jujutsu crystals. To me, you know, the original 4 items that start off the shop are what you go after. Worrying about the pieces of recollection and the beacons of training in the JP, you know, they're great if you've got extra left over, but what your real concern is going to be is the Phantom Metals, of course, the fragment of the chaotic Jujutsu crystal, and then, of course, what I still have left to get, the gacha tickets and the impure Jujutsu crystals. If you can get those, you're pretty much set. Easy peasy on that. But given we don't have a lot to work with yet, and if you do got Hollow Purple Gojo and some of the characters I've discussed, but you haven't built up Yuki, may be time to build up this SR Yuki, because he has been actually a lifesaver in this newest event. And like I said, he's been able to be used also on tower, especially when they're weak to green, or you have some high level curse technique damage hitting you. He's not a bad option, I gotta say. I never really took advantage of this unit that much on the Japanese version. Didn't need to, but here on global, we gotta be a bit more creative. And just, you know what, it's fun always to start with a character you didn't really mess around with previously and see what they actually can offer you. So that was it. So I just wanted to do a little featurette on the SR Yuki and discuss his usefulness not only in tower, but of course in the imaginary realm. So with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.